Hello everybody, it is me, renowned two-toed sloth enthusiast Ian C. Weber. This is my mom. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
She's learning audio production. She's gonna be the next Andrew Huang. Hello, I have returned. Do you like my shirt? I am nothing if not instant lunch. In an ironic twist, I had audio problems while recording this episode, so the audio might be inconsistent. Sorry about that. These tutorials will explain step by step exactly how to do everything, but I'm also going to talk a bit about the concepts behind what we're doing. That way you can eventually come up with solutions that work for yourself and for your needs. I think of recording and producing as a kind of problem that requires a solution. Let's say that I've been asked to sing in church this Sunday. Services are virtual because, you know, global health crisis, so everything has to be recorded. The church's music director, my mom, has already emailed me a piano track to sing over. Therefore, my problem is that I need to send a recording of myself singing over an existing piano track to another person. We know that we need some way to record. Well, lucky for us, we have a computer that we just installed Reaper on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the video that's floating in one of the corners of If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the video that's floating somewhere in one of these corners of the screen. I'm not really sure which one. We'll figure it out. We also know that we need some way for my voice to be heard by the computer. You could use the built-in microphone on your laptop, but if you have an external mic, it's probably gonna sound better. I'm gonna be using this Audio-Technica AT3035. Is really good, I recommend it. So that's everything. We can just plug in the microphone, hit record, and sing. Kind of. We need to make sure the microphone doesn't hear the piano track, otherwise when we lay it down over the piano track, we're gonna hear the piano twice. That's why you see people wearing headphones in recording studios. It's not just to make you look cool. So to recap, our three-part solution is have computer, have microphone, wear headphones. Let's start by plugging in our microphone. If you have a USB mic, just connect it to your computer. If your mic plugs into an audio interface, connect it to that, and connect your interface. If you don't know what an interface is, you don't have one. If you're using the built-in mic, congratulations, you're already a step ahead of us. Next, plug in your headphones and put them on. Congrats, you're cool now. So let's say that hypothetically, the song that I'm going to be singing is Consider Yourself from Oliver, because that's what I happen to have on me. So I'm going to go into my email to find that piano track. I have 16,633 unread emails, so I'm going to use the search function to find it for me. Locate email! Here it is. So right-click on it, and save attachment with the little ... there. If you're on Mac and right-clicking doesn't work, press Control while you click, I think. It's the same as right-clicking. So those three little dots right there mean basically that it's going to prompt us for more information. So go ahead and save that. We're going to choose where we want to save it. In this case, I'm going to put it in my Plunk Tracks folder. Save it right there. So now, we're going to close our email and open up Reaper so we can start doing some stuff. And you'll see this sleek interface that we talked about last time. If you don't know what the last video is, go remember the video floating in the corner of the screen. It's one of those. I'll put it here again. To put this into Reaper, go and click Insert, Media File, and find the folder you just saved it in. In my case, it is Plunk Tracks. Here. Great. So for the purposes of this tutorial, imagine that this is the file that I just downloaded from that email. It's not actually Consider Yourself, it's gonna be Morning Glow from Pippin. If we play this... it sounds like the song. That's great. That is exactly what we want. So we're going to rename this by double-clicking here and typing piano. Pretend it's all just a piano track. Now we need to sing. So we're going to do that by pressing Command-T or Control-T on Windows to create a new track. You can think of a track as a container for a media item. So in this case, track 1, piano, contains the conductor with keys and drums media item. Any track can contain anything, so video, audio, MIDI, notes, lyrics, just a blank space, whatever. So don't think of a track as being a specific thing, think of it as being a place that you can put other things into. Now we've got this other track, it's going to be vocals, so let's call it Vox, which is like vocals, but cooler. When you record something in Reaper, you have to tell it which track to record to, otherwise all we see is this. So we arm the track for recording by clicking the little record button on the track. That doesn't start the recording, it just activates the track so that when we hit record, it goes onto there. So if I'm just talking, and I record something, save the file we just recorded, and I play that back, and I record something, I sound great. You also have to tell it which input to look for. Most likely the default will be right, but click this little arrow, and in this case, input 1 is the microphone on my desk. For you, it might be just the name of your microphone, so it might just be, you know, USB audio device, or built-in mic, or something like that. You can also select MIDI, but we'll get into MIDI later. So after we're done recording, little insert shot of me recording. So I've recorded onto this track, and you can see it right here. We can go ahead and disarm this track now. Remember, Reaper will only record onto whatever's armed, so it's best to only arm whatever you happen to be about to record. Now we're going to save this. Save often. You never know when something's going to crash and break and die, because that happens to me so much. When you click save, there are a couple options here. I always create a subdirectory for the project. Basically, what that does is it creates a folder, as you can see here, for each project. That way, any media that I might happen to have in the project is saved with it, so that if I need to move it to another computer or anything like that, all of the media stays with it. For instance, if I look in here, all of this stuff is saved inside the project folder. So in my case, I'm gonna save it just Morning Glow demo, create subdirectory for project, and copy all media into project directory. This is useful if you intend to use the same track in the same sound in multiple projects. So for instance, in a larger project, I might have a snare drum that I use in 5 different songs, and I want to copy that around so that I have a separate copy for each project rather than all of them referencing the same file, because if that one file moves, then I have 5 projects that are unusable. If it's something like this, where I'm probably not ever going to use this again, I would click Move instead. So then go ahead and click Save. I'm using copy because reasons. Now it's done saving.
That's great.
Are these the right volume?
Glow by your light.
Kind of.
We can make the new day bright, and the phantom.
There'll be more stuff about mixing and mastering later, don't worry. So now we've got this thing. Let's export this whole thing as an audio file. Go to File, Render, and you get so many options. So in this case, we want the master mix, that's everything, all the tracks, and the entire project, which is the full length of the project. If this is blank, it will be saved into the same directory, the same folder as the project. And let's just name it Morning Glow Demo. Primary output format is what file it's going to make. What type of file? Is it a WAV? Is it an MP3? Is it a video? Whatever. Depending on what you want to do, you'll either save this as a WAV or as an MP3. Pros and cons of each. WAV, better quality. Think like WAV, better quality. Think like how a CD might sound. Larger file. MP3, slightly less quality. Think like how something you bought on iTunes might sound. Smaller file. MP3 is probably fine for what you're doing like 99% of the time. 91% of the time. WAV is useful if it's being put in another project, or if you're sending it to a distributor or a record label, or you just want like a high quality upload stream for a service like Tidal or something like that. Yes, and then we click Render One File. It plays through the whole thing in fast forward, and now it's rendered. But let's say, hypothetically, that you had someone else sing it. And if you were to just click play right here,
Morning glow.
it's definitely not lined up. So let's put it over here. And is it lined up now? Nope. Is it over here? Nope. This looks kind of right, but it's not 100% exact.
Here
And remember that button from earlier that I said was sometimes useful? Yeah, this one. Go ahead and click it. Now it's buttery smooth. See the difference? Snap enabled, snap disabled. Okay, and then to line it up, you just kind of try it out and you guess and see what works. Yeah, that sounds lined up to me. And then we'll go ahead and render it up here. Congratulations, you've recorded a thing. A winner is you. Have a tall glass of milk to celebrate. It will calcify your skeleton and enrich your abilities as you master the fine art of audio production.